Hey guys, and thanks for joining me today. Again, today, look, really good topic. 3 rules that define leadership in a digital age. Now, these 3 rules or micro trends that have been found with this research define how smart leaders need to approach the digitally enabled workforce in 2020 and beyond. The integration of technology in the workplace has created a whole new slew of change managers, or change leaders, I should say. Workers no longer show up at 9 a.m. ready to be instructed. Old notions of command and control fail in a distributed workplace and with many of the younger generations. And much of today's thinking revolves around leveraging collaboration technology to solve many of these problems, right? So additionally, each worker considers themselves to be an independent entity, replete with a brand image, a media consumption preference, and prioritized decision triggers, all run through a personal technology stack. Now, a study back in 2016 was launched, and it was called Culture and Technology Intersection Study. All right. So, out of this research, there were 3 major macro trends that were identified, which together provided a blueprint for leaders attempting to marshal the forces at their disposal, in a digitally immersed workplace. So, without further ado, here are the 3 trends. Number 1, seeking control in an out of control world. The first microtrend describes a sweeping shift in consumer sentiment where people feel like the world is spinning out of control and the institutions are no longer operating in their best interests. In the study I just mentioned earlier, 60% of the respondents say that they believe that many of the smart devices that we have are listening in without our knowledge or consent. I believe that. A full 68% believe that big tech companies like Apple, Amazon, Google, and Facebook have too much power or influence in society. I do kind of agree with that. Another 84% say that they're wary of sensitive personal information being stored on servers in other countries. But against all of this, people still say that they're still striving for control over their own outcomes and circumstances, with the remaining 58% agreeing and the final 13% disagreeing. So what are we saying? The big takeaway from this, or for leaders here, that is that trust is low in the world today. So the need to over-communicate issues relating to control and trust is paramount. The more control you can push into the hands of the workers, the more trustworthy you become. Look at how Blake Irving, he turned around the culture, so to speak, at GoDaddy, reversing the command and control leadership style of his predecessor, therefore pushing control of budgets, strategies, and execution down into the hands of the specific team leaders, making them responsible. And it worked. Number 2, the need for raw proof. When asked to believe something, it's becoming more and more of a priority for people to want to see proof. About 68% of respondents in the survey agree with this sentiment. For example, when it comes to how brands launch new products, 74% of people preferred frequent communication and co-development over grand unveilings, where the brand holds all the information for a surprise launch. This is a shift in perspective from the protagonist who tells others what to think towards being the Greek choir or the Greek chorus and providing context around the raw evidence. In leadership, this will be considered organizational challenges, key metrics, or individual performance criteria. John Legere, CEO of T-Mobile, has become perpetually off-script, irreverent iconoclast of the mobile carrier world. This is why. With more Twitter followers than the corporate accounts of all his competitors combined, Legere uses his unique platform and personality to speak directly to the public for hours a day, living his life and promoting his brand in a decidedly off-script manner. He described the beginning of this new mindset while he was on stage in Las Vegas at one point in time. He snapped. He literally snapped, throwing out his prepared script of corporate speak and speaking viscerally about the industry and his frustrations and why things needed to change. And he never looked back, thankfully. Number three, heroic credibility and brand values alignment go a long way. All right? Heroic credibility and brand values alignment go a long way. The only messages that truly break through are those that align with the deep personal values. 55% of respondents say that they want to know what a company or brand stands for just as much as they want to know what it can do. 62% of respondents agree that they prefer brands that show bravery in the marketplace and don't back down when faced with pushback. Leaders should be comfortable embracing ideas bigger than the brand's narrowly defined product category. And at the same time, avoid the ego trap of falling into the brand militancy. And that's where brands attempt to attach themselves to social or political positions that have nothing to do with the brand itself. Now, the founder of Patagonia has downplayed consumerism as much as any brand could possibly manage, telling consumers, don't buy this jacket, while championing environmental causes and sustainability. Look, it's important to be mindful that in this current day and age, when every member of the team is technologically enabled, immersed in information, and able to receive and rebroadcast information in mere seconds, leaders should give as much attention to how they communicate with their team as they do with their customers. All right? Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I truly, truly, truly appreciate you taking time out of your day to watch these videos, to grab some information, these nuggets of knowledge to help enhance and sharpen your leadership skills, to make you a leader that people want to believe and trust and follow. Again, if you feel like these videos are of service to you and that they're helping you, that they're sharpening your skills in any way, shape, or form, please like and subscribe to the YouTube channel and share these videos with other people in your sphere of influence. Because if you're getting something, I'm pretty sure others will as well. All right? And remember, if you need some help, any kind of coaching or training with leadership development, remote or distributive team management, and diversity training, please contact me and let me know. We'll sit down and put together a plan tailor-made for your success and your growth, and will make you the leader that people want to follow. All right? Guys, thank you so much again for tuning in. And remember, great leadership equals great results. How are you leading? Whether you're a new leader who needs the building blocks of leadership and a playbook on how to be effective, a seasoned leader who needs to understand that there are two sides to leadership, or a leader who just needs some inspiring insight or leadership seeds to enhance your leadership abilities, the CDB Consulting Group has the resources you need. There are two key elements successful leaders have that unsuccessful ones don't: self-discipline and the understanding to constantly invest in themselves. So pick up a copy or the entire collection and start investing in your leadership today. Available at Amazon.com. Remember, great leadership equals great results. How are you leading?